Hello, this is the Aftermarket Report with Vegas and Jim, November the 15th, 2018, and I'm going to hand this right over to Miss Vegas.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and we have missed you all. Jim and I have been very busy working on a couple other initiatives, so we thank you for reaching out and following us, and we're happy to be here tonight, and we'll continue with our episodes. So, tonight we're going to talk about UGAZ and DGAZ, not to be confused with each other, and we're going to talk about OGEN, RGSE, and an OTC pick, LCLP. So I'm going to turn it over to Jim, and we're going to talk about UGAZ, which is the long natural gas ETN stock. And then we're also going to talk about DGAZ, and that one there is the inverse natural gas stock. So, Jim, talk about those ones. Over to you since you traded both of them.
Yep. Well, today and yesterday and all last week or all week long, UGAZ has been running up and DGAZ has been running down. Well, yesterday we noticed that they were really acting belligerent, UGAZ and DGAZ. UGAZ running up to, I still can't believe, $260, and then DGAZ running down all the way to $2.81 from a weekly high of 11.03. So it pulled on back yesterday, and I tried to guess that we hit the bottom yesterday, and I had that completely wrong. So we took another big plunge from that $6. It dumped about $3 and something all the way down. So I got back in it after hours yesterday at around 290 and flipped it this morning. Got out of it first thing. Probably should have held it because it ran all the way up to about 485, somewhere about 480 something. And I flipped it all the way up, in and out, in and out, in and out, making small little, every once in a while I'd get a big run. But so that's DGAZ, and that's the one I played the most. And then, we got to talking to a couple others in the room. We decided to go ahead and flip UGAZ when it hit down at the bottom down there. And it bounced up all the way up to about 148 and then back down. I tried to catch a knife on it and missed it. I hit it the first time, but the second time I missed it. So that was UGAZ. I got out even on that stock. And those are the two we're going to talk about. I'm going to keep them on watch. I think DGAZ still has some time to recover, but it's going to consolidate right now. I got two different levels I want to meet, and that's $5 and 565. And same as UGAZ, I don't think I'm going to be comfortable seeing this thing till I see about $88, somewhere around there. So I'm thinking it's going to pull back some more, but I think it's going to consolidate. We can get some bounces off this, some real good bounces maybe, from about 111 all the way up to about 123, 124. And then we'll see what happens from it. But that's UGAZ and DGAZ. And the next one, Vegas.
Oh, yeah. So the next one is OGEN. And Orogenics stock had a nice run a while back because they were at a conference. And funny enough, they got some good news today that they've received clearance to enroll patients in Germany and also in the UK into their phase 2 clinical trial of a drug called AG013, which is for oral mucositis. And this will be the clinical trial. It's a biotherapeutic product for prevention and treatment of the oral mucositis. And the approval will give them the chance really to get some data. And then if every FDA likes it, this can eventually go to phase 3, which is the commercialization part. Now, just to explain very quickly, what is this oral mucositis? This is really for a drug that's looking to assist patients that are undergoing traditional chemoradiation for the treatment of head and neck cancer. So this will be, something that will help with that. They have been granted fast track designation for this. So this is good news, and we'll see how the market likes it tomorrow. But it really is just another step in the right direction for this particular drug. So I'm actually pleased to hear about this, and I'm actually going to be excited if they can actually get some positive data from the clinical trials that they're going to actually be conducting on obviously a series of patients that reside in Germany from the Paul Ehrlich Institute, and also patients from the UK from the medicine and healthcare products. So over to Jim on OGN trade.
Well, what a beautiful trade this is right now. It's at 99 cents. Now I got in this. I was lucky to see this knife yesterday, and I got well, not the day before. Now, if I saw this the day before when it was down at 76 cents, I would have loaded this thing up. I mean, I would have loaded it up big time. But yesterday or today, when I noticed it was down there around 86, I got into it. So I dove into this thing, and then right after hours, it started bouncing. So I went ahead and I took some profit at 94, and I kept a little stake, small stake. Now I wish I'd have kept a bigger stake. Now that I see it, it's at 99 cents. Well, this thing, like she said, this is the second clinical trial or for and they're doing it in Germany. And if I read right, they're going to have like 200 patients.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so this is, you know, it can bounce up a little bit off this news and pull back again. You'll still have another chance to get back in this again, I think. But I think we can see this run up to at least 106 tomorrow. And if we hit that 106, we'll go up to the 117 area. And I really like that 117, 119. And that's a real solid resistance for right now. But later down the stage, and I also read, I think they have money too. They have some money,
Yes, I did read that as well, and they
13
did
million or something like that.
exactly. So the what they're going to be doing with the cash on hand, which is actually works out well that they got the clearance, because it's one thing to get clearance to continue with the phase 2 enrollment, but I mean if you don't have the money, then we're talking offerings in order to raise the capital. So the good news here is that they not only got the clearance to enroll the patients in phase 2, but like Jim just mentioned, they have the cash on hand. And what they're going to do with the cash is they're going to use it to continue the clinical site expansion of the ongoing phase 2 clinical trial of the new drug here, AG013, that they've received clearance for to get the patients enrolled. So this is really good news, I think. And we'll see again how the market's going to react to this news tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's see if you're not in it, you might be able to get in on a pullback between 92 and 95 cents. If not, let's see if we can take it to 106. And if it wants to break out and it gets popular and the volumes behind it, it's a low float stock, we might be able to take it to about 117. And that's OGEN,
Ooh, okay. And
RG, go ahead,
no, go ahead.
RGSE with some
RGSE.
insider buying or
Nice.
something.
Yes, so RGSE, that's a real good solar ink. And they actually have had, they do the solar panels people be putting on their roof, and obviously solar energy. So a lot of people are putting them on their homes. Actually, I was reading something too that some builders now, when they sell you a new home, your roof is not just coming with shingle. There's no shingles. You're getting solar panels on your roof, which is part of some of these home builders' strategies on helping homeowners make a purchase, because it actually saves on your energy bills. So that's a good to know. The other thing too, as Jim was just mentioning, there has been also insider buying. See, so I think that as a result, you guys know I like tracking insider buying, and RGSE has had the director purchased 50,000 shares, around 46 cents. And then the week before, the CEO purchased 150,000 shares. And actually, sorry, he purchased 300,000 shares. and that was at 37 cents. So still well priced on RGSE. And I'll let Jim talk about the chart, but I think the float is a good size. You know, it's not a massive float, and I think we should see some action on RGSE in the event you're not in the trade. Definitely, this is a stock I think definitely to keep a watch for a swing trade. I really liked the weekly earnings report, and I actually had read as well that they're projected to achieve extremely solid earnings in the future earnings report that they're going to be having. So I think for those of you not in it, I think you should listen to Jim's chart commentary because you may want to consider it for a potential swing trade.
Well, I'm looking at the year's chart right now, and I was flipping this when it was up here around the 89 range, all the way up to about 156. All the way down, I was flipping that thing, and then all of a sudden we had a big hard sell-off about 5 or 6 months ago. We've been hovering in this little channel right down here between the low of right around probably 30 cents, 31, all the way up to this resistance of 50. Today we closed at 49. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm liking this stock myself, but we are in the dead of winter right here, and it's getting cold and stuff. And that's the way I used to think about solar, but they've kind of changed around. They're ready to market in the USA, I hear. They want to be competitive with Tesla in their shingle program. So I'm looking at a year's chart. We're hovering right here around a resistance right now. If it wants to break out, it can break out to 52, to 53 cents, up to 57. And then that's where it's going to start gaining some real strong mustard, right around 62 something. So I'm going to pull up a 20-day chart on it. You'll get a better picture of it. Ooh, I don't like that. Somehow that grid got ugly on there for me, so we'll go to a 10. See, I had a low right around in here where it was right around 39. We've kind of hovered up in the past 5 or 6 days, up and down, and we had another breakout. So expect a small little pullback, maybe to around 45. This area right around here, 44. Keep it in a new channel and watch it break out up to 52. And this is RGSE, and keep it on watch. I'm not in it right now.
Okay, so Jim's not in it, but I just want to mention that I'm in it. And I'm in that actually from previous at around 46.7
Oh, very
cents.
good.
So we'll see how this goes. I don't have really a large position actually, but I'm happy that it's finally going to start moving. So that's actually. And the last but not least is because I'm getting people requesting OTC stocks, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But this one here is called LCLP, and this is called Life Clips. And I actually was shared to me through Kiko. And Kiko, as you guys know, has a partnership with myself and Jim for I Love Stocks OTC classes that we just started kicking off on Tuesday. Had a phenomenal turnout, and actually have had more people signing up just the other night. And already today, people made a 100% trade on one of the picks that was discussed in the class. And we have a new one. And I'm actually going to share it with the audience because I want people to learn about OTC stocks. It's not just about picks. It's about, why is this pick going to move? So I just want to talk quickly about the reason why I'm liking this one and why it was brought up. So one of the ones that we like here is this LCLP, which is called Life Clips. And they have basically an LOI, which is known as a letter of intent. And what's going to basically happen is they're going to have a transaction that's going to basically convert existing debt into equity. And the transaction will be on or about November 20th. So this is a short trade on the OTC. You may not need to swing it. You may want to just trade it and see what happens. And because the transaction is going to close around Monday or Tuesday next week. So on until the deal closes, because then the equity will, the debt will become equity. So I think that's great news on this particular stock. Had some decent volume, and Jim can talk about the chart. And in it here from the 0.11 zone. So we'll see what happens on that in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that chart?
Yeah, LCLP. I'm looking at a yearly chart right here. There's a couple nice little areas I'd like to see it pull back if it could, and that would be right around the 0.8 area or maybe the 0.009. So those are two little entries that I would like to try to get in it, but we also could pull back to here to 0.001. So that's kind of how this thing's going to move up by just looking at the way the channel is on the way this chart's been. Going to be moving up like 0.001, 0.0011, 12, 13, all the way up. Now I see a little resistance right here around 14. And then it could keep, like I said, now it starts getting a little bit bigger. We're up here around 16. So I'm going to keep it on watch. LCLP. I'm going to pull up the 20-day real fast. Yeah, I'm kind of liking it right around here, around 108, 109, 1010. So if it pulls back any, that would be your entry level. This is LCLP. Okay, Vegas.
Okay. Well, I just want to let everyone know. We've kind of been away from the YouTubes a little bit. We've been consumed really just getting involved in helping people with the OTC night school. We've been just overwhelmed with getting everything set up. Wasn't even so much about organizing the class, because that's all done. It was just really the amount of registrations was just substantial and just overwhelming. So just really happy about the results and happy that people are learning. Tonight, actually, the class is going to actually learn about dilution, and we're also going to look at financial statement and how to read a company's debt profile to really know, should you really bother holding on to this particular trade, or even bother putting money in the trade. So we're going to have some really interesting conversations. And all the sessions are recorded and live, so that's what makes it extremely engaging. So we're happy about that. And if you're ever interested in a future class, please message and let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. And even if your class is fine, you're welcome to join us in our chat room during the week. We are live on voice, and you have a free 2-week trial. If you decide it's for you, it meets your needs, learning, then you're welcome to join the room for it. If it meets your needs. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It matters really that it meets what you want. It doesn't matter to us if someone joins. If they join, we're happy, but we're just we're happier that you're learning and you're making money. We don't need people just to join. It's not a numbers game for us. If people join us, it's because they're learning and they enjoy the trading journey. Really, it is. It's not something that you just get in here and get picks. We want you to learn things and understand. And Jim is extremely helpful on voice. And he did say one thing the other day. He trades 1 or 2 stocks at the most. And I have to tell you, I've been getting a lot of good messages from newer traders, especially new traders, that really, really love his style and love his pace, because they find trading sometimes when it's very busy overwhelming. And the fact that he trades 1 stock or 2 at the most, or 1 stock over and over, it's just helped them tremendously, to feel calm and relaxed. And people are buying accounts, and that. So on that note, I love stocks, love you guys, and you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, this is the aftermarket report with Vegas and Jim, November the 15th, 2018, and we love stocks.